the sun has set and you're just reflecting on the day of how productive you were and how many things you got accomplished, and impressed of how you're a well-adjusted adult living in this uncertain times we call quarantine 2020. Well, not quite. I'm unemployed millennial who spent the past 4 days complaining how she has absolutely nothing to do and absolutely doesn't know what to do with her time. Watched way too much Disney Plus and probably played too much Nintendo 64. But then I remembered I do well with structure and I'm pretty good at organizing things. And oh wait, I actually went to school to help people build a routine. Today we are going to talk about the top 5 things to help you organize your day and to help you create a routine to get through this quarantine. Tip number 1, we want to make sure that we are going to bed and waking up at the same time every day. Do you find yourself waking up during the quarantine at 8, 9, 11? I'm not going to tell you when to wake up or when to go to bed because I'm not your mom, but for me personally, I've been trying to go to bed at around 10 o'clock, and that sets my body up to wake at around 8, 9 o'clock every day. That helps us get our body into this natural sort of rhythm, kind of like when we have a job. You go to bed around the same time and you wake up at around the same time, and your body has this natural kind of circadian rhythm that it knows what's expected of you. Tip number 2 is to maintain a daily morning routine. So think of it as like you are getting up for the day as if you were going to a job, because we all are, even though we may be unemployed or maybe laid off or maybe we're still working from home. So for me, that looks like getting up in the morning, opening the window, letting some light in, bringing the sunshine into our house, making our bed, making a cup of coffee or tea, and then this is the really important part that might sound ridiculous, but it's true. Brush your teeth, brush your hair, put fresh clothing on every day. Don't stay in your pajamas all day long. I've done it. It doesn't feel good by the end of the day. And then you're going to bed and you're like, oh, I'm wearing my pajamas. Maybe I'll put on a new fresh pair of pajamas to go to bed in, and then we get into this cycle. If we maintain these healthy morning routines, it's going to help us live a much happier and healthier life during this quarantine, and that's going to reflect our mental health. Tip number 3. So tip number 3 is creating a daily and weekly schedule, or I like to call it a punching list. So every single day when I wake up, I create a list of the things that I need to accomplish that day. I like to put them in order of importance, so like things I definitely have to get done today. And then I also do this at the beginning of each week. So these are like the top 4 things I need to accomplish by the end of this week. I put it in this journal. It is my 2020 calendar, and let's see. So let's go into next week. So, all right, so this is April 30th. I will just write a list of all the items I need to do for that day. And when I've completed it, I just cross it out. And do you know how satisfying it is to cross something out? I sometimes just add things to my list that I know that I will get done just so that I can have the feeling of crossing it out. And you know what? That's okay. Sometimes we just need that motivation to know, okay, I've accomplished something. Now I can get to the next thing on my task, the bigger thing that you're like, I really don't want to do that, but I know that I need to do it. And I know at the end of the day, when it's done and I'm binge watching Disney Plus or Netflix, I will feel so much better about myself. Tip number 4. So for tip number 4, I want everyone to create a blocked schedule for themselves. Now, I create mine on the computer. I think it looks much more organized on an Excel document. If you don't have that, just writing it out works just as well. So what we're going to want to do is that you're going to take the day and you're going to block it out. Kind of like when we were in school and you knew exactly what was expected of you for each hour of school. So from 10 a.m. to 11, you had math, and from 2 to 3 with English. I schedule my day from me waking up in the morning until it's time for me to go to bed. And I look at the list. I look at my punching list that we talked about for number 3. And I'm like, okay, what do I need to get done today? And what times of the day do I have to get it done? So creating this kind of block schedule kind of makes yourself a bit more accountable for your actions, and you know what's expected of you for each hour of the day, compared to not having this block schedule. You kind of say, oh, well, I'll just do that later on, or I'll push that off till tomorrow, or, oh, I'll do it after I watch this next episode, or I beat this next level on Nintendo 64. For me, there's a few things that definitely have to be on my block schedule. So creating healthy meals for myself, because when we eat healthy meals, it helps with our mental health and our physical health, and it helps us be productive. Next, I will put in a block of exercise. I will put in like a leisure activity, something to help with like creativity. So whatever like drives you or gets you energy for the day, whether that's painting or drawing or singing. For me, it's making these videos for you guys. And then since I am unemployed, I have a big chunk, a couple of hours in my day is spent continuing education in my field of study, so that when the market is open for me to get a job, once this is all over, I am prepared. I am the best version of me. Here's a look of my schedule here, and you can see it starts in the morning, and I have my morning activities and time scheduled up for lunch and dinner and exercising and reading. Now, one thing that I want you to 100% add to your schedule for the day is I want you to dig deep, deep down into your soul. Think about it. Close your eyes. Think about it. What is the one thing that you are missing in your life that the quarantine has taken from you? Now, this might sound traumatic, but what is that one thing that you're like, oh, this is what I really miss, or this is what I really need in order to be the best version of myself? So, for example, my very good friend says that she just misses contact with other people. That is something that her soul needs, and the fact that she can't see people on a day-to-day basis, that's really difficult for her. Or my other friend who's a teacher, she misses interacting with her kiddos, her students. So what is that one thing, the thing that quarantine is taking from you that is missing and you have like a void to fill? Now, for me, I miss the most from this whole quarantine is pizza. I've had dreams and visions of pizza when I've been sleeping at night, just missing it. And that is something that I need to fill. So during the week, to fill that void and to make me happy, I have been making pizza with the people that I've been living with. And I really encourage everyone to really reflect on themselves and what is that one thing that they're missing. Whatever that thing is missing, it may be putting barriers in front of you, preventing you to get to the things you actually need to get to throughout the day to be productive. It might be affecting your mental health and your physical health. Now we're at number 5. Number 5 is understanding when you're going to be done for the day. So setting a time for you to be done working for the day and for you to relax and enjoy your day. So when we have our typical schedules, when we're at work or if we're a student and we're in school, we have like a set time that we're like, okay, we're done with school, we're done with work. When this time hits, then you are done working for the day. You are allowed to relax and to enjoy your evening however you so choose. I think it's really important to mentally have that in your brain, like, okay, at this time, I can't do any more work, because I think it's very easy for people that are working at home to push into those late hours to get more work done because they can. And for working from home, there's nothing to stop us or to tell us you need to be completed for the day. So picking a time, sticking to it, and having an activity that you enjoy to relax and decompress for the day so that you can be your best self for the next day. All right, guys, that's all I have for this evening. For those of you that are new to my channel, my name is Megs. I just started doing YouTube videos because of the quarantine and having a lot of free time, and I really enjoy it. I hope that you subscribe to my channel and like this video if it helped you. Please let me know other areas that you're struggling with because of the quarantine, or other types of videos that you would like to see from me. I wish you all a very happy and healthy day wherever you're watching this, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.